On the list, presidential proposal, Obama's controversial plan for gun control. Look cool for less.
We look at the best ways to buy glasses online.
And your next family vacation. All aboard budget-friendly cruises. It's Wednesday, January 16th, 2013, and you're on the list. At number 1 on the list of stories everyone's talking about, the great gun debate. A month after the Sandy Hook shootings, President Obama announced a controversial $500 million program he believes will reduce gun violence. It included 23 executive actions which will take effect immediately. Among them, requiring federal agencies to make more information available for background checks and directing the CDC to research gun violence. He also plans to introduce legislation by next week that would include a ban on assault weapons and limits on high-capacity magazines, which would require congressional approval.
If there's even one thing we can do to reduce this violence, if there's even one life that can be saved, then we've got an obligation to try.
The gun lobby is fighting back, releasing an online video that calls the president an elitist hypocrite for having armed Secret Service agents guard his own children while being against armed guards in schools. In the last month, more than 250,000 people have joined the National Rifle Association. The NRA has more than 4.5 million members. At number 2, flu fighters. Finally, something all Americans agree on. They don't want to get the flu. A New York soccer team is banning high fives and fist bumps, but offering an alternative.
The handshaking definitely feels like more intimate, but I think that if we're elbow shaking for a good reason, then it'll benefit us.
And at the Sundance Film Festival in Utah, they're handing out thousands of bottles of hand sanitizer, no coughing during movies. OneRepublic also getting in on the action with a hand-washing song that ironically has gone viral.
Wash your hands till the super duper. You just use a filthy public pooper.
Great ideas, but doctors still say your best bet is a flu shot. At number 3, straight from the source. Hillary Clinton's only been back at work for a week after a concussion and blood clot sidelined her, but her husband says she's got a lot of life left. Hear how former President Bill Clinton set the record straight at a conference in California.
I tell her that, she's still got time to have 3 more husbands after me. So I think she'll live to be 120.
She deserves 3 husbands, considering how many work wives he's had. And how about those pantsuits?
I think maybe they give her superpowers. If she does make it to 120, she'll be the perfect age for the Supreme Court.
At number 4, Cirque du Soleil laid off. A slew of circus performers is about ready to hit the workforce. Word today that Cirque du Soleil is planning on letting go as many as 600 employees. Who wants a pink slip when you already have a pink tutu? The move comes after 4 major shows closed during an 18-month period. At number 5, puppy power. Could this puppy be any cuter? Correct answer, no. And he's scrappy too. This 3-month-old Chihuahua mix was rescued by lifeguards after falling 80 feet off a San Diego cliff. He was taken to the vet and despite his injuries is doing well. Bonus, American Idol debuts tonight, and with those big ears, he'll be able to really savor the catfights between Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj. And now you are caught up and clued in on the top of the list.
Actress Megan Fox is the latest celebrity to make news by quitting Twitter. But she's not the first to make a sudden, indignant, pouty, or just plain weird exit from social media. Twitter quitters, they're what's trending.
After 5 days, Megan Fox had to come to terms with the truth. She hates social networking. We know this because she posted it on Facebook to her 33 million subscribers. Well, Megan, it was a good run. Showing off your Star Wars stuff, cheering on the Lakers, sharing a photo from your childhood, amassing 250,000 followers. But now, you're gone. Fortunately, other famous Twitter quitters emotionally prepared us for Megan's departure. There was Alec Baldwin, who quit not once, but twice. Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. First, there was the embarrassing online tirade after allegedly punching a photographer, and more recently, you deactivated your account after getting the boot from an airplane for refusing to turn off your phone. But you're back, and so is John Mayer, who quit in 2010, calling the medium the, quote, slow erosion of the artistic notion. Chris Brown quit after getting in a beef with a lady journalist. Sinead O'Connor removed herself after fans thought she was suicidal. Ashton Kutcher quit when backlash over initial comments he made in support of football coach Joe Paterno reached a boiling point. And James Franco, great in 127 hours, not so good in 140 characters, quit after a tiff involving his Oscar hosting. Maybe he felt trapped. But if history's any indication, you may be back, Megan Fox.
Not all of us have dumped Twitter. In fact, it's a great way to share our travels. Let's cruise through the Explorer for some adventure on the high seas. First up, the magical Disney Cruise. AffordableTours.com offers a 5-night Western Caribbean cruise on the Disney Wonder. $4.99 per adult, plus kids under 17 are free. This cruise is all-inclusive with 24/7 buffets, Broadway-caliber live stage shows starring Disney characters, sports bars, children activity centers, and swimming pools. Paradise for whippersnappers and their watchers. Did you know that more than 10 million people take a cruise each year? And you could be one of them thanks to CruiseCheap.com, where a couple gets 5 nights to the Bahamas on the Carnival Cruise Ecstasy. From $249 a head, your all-inclusive package includes 24-hour room service and loads of entertainment like shows, discos, comedy clubs, bars, and special programs for kids. Finally, let's point that compass needle north. On AlaskaCruise.com, you can book a 7-night cruise on the Norwegian Jewel for just $7.59 per person. You'll go from Seattle to Skagway. If you go in the summer, the Midnight Sun will give you up to 20 hours a day to soak in the spectacular beauty of the Inside Passage, Ketchikan, and Juneau. It features all-inclusive amenities plus admission to entertainment clubs, stand-up comedy, and magicians. Family-friendly, this ship features bowling, rock climbing, water slides, and a teen center. All package prices may vary and are subject to change. The waiting is over. Your ship has come in on the Explorer.
It's time for Reality Check, your reality TV re-up. It's another all-Bachelor edition of Reality Check, and why not? I mean, look what we get to feast our eyes on not even a minute into the show. The sun rising like a fever, hummingbirds fluttering like heartbeats, and shirtless Sean pumping iron and cleansing himself.
I could see myself getting down on one knee at the end of this.
Yeah, getting down on one knee to do some squats. Then Sean and the girls do a photo shoot to see who gets a Harlequin book cover deal, but not before another look at Sean's chest.
Oh my goodness. Is this real life? Am I turning red? I think I'm starting to sweat a little bit.
This is the first date.
I know, this is a pretty intense first date. How do you feel about this?
Not bad. We get a little kiss on the lips.
We're done. We're done.
Okay, Bachelor producers, wait, you do or you don't want us to see Sean without a shirt?
Obviously you do, because for the 3rd time this episode, Sean is halfway to naked, this time giving a rose to Des, the girl he pranked at a gallery earlier this episode.
Des, will you accept this rose?
I don't know after that prank.
Trying hard to get, she waited till the 2nd episode for the mandatory moonlight makeout moment.
I was feeling him, so it just felt right to make out a little.
Chemistry with Des is undeniable.
Chemistry, isn't that how they make steroids? Next week, a bachelorette gets eliminated and a shirt probably will too on Reality Check.
You've got to love the app life. From your kids' soccer games to splitting the check, life just got easier for all of us. Here's a look at what's dropping in new apps. First, Split is an iPhone app for people who are fed up with having to split the restaurant bill with friends who are super cheap or friends who run up the bill. This app costs $1.99. Just select your dinner companions from your contact list and put the items consumed and their values. Then tap the item and photo of who consumed what. Split gives you the breakdown, calculates the tip and tax, and keeps those check chiselers on the up and up. Next, tired of standing in the pouring rain, waiting, whistling, and waving for a cab? Enter Taximonger, and your car is on the way. This free iPhone app is built with a push notification service, so booking a cab is simple. They have a number of major companies on file with an option for executive or budget cars. Use Taximonger to book taxis for immediate or future journeys. And you can view and check the status of confirmed bookings too. Finally, having trouble keeping up with the local sports in your community? Sport on the Go gets you in the game. This iPhone and iPad app provides info and updates on all the action for free. Find out where your kids' games are and who they're playing, or track their out-of-town rivals. Search for events by sport type and location with an integrated mapping feature that tells you how to get there. Never again will you miss out on the showdown between Ron's Liquor Locker and A1 Discount Medical Supply. That's what's dropping in new apps.
Time for your Wednesday dose of punchlines in the news.
I believed in you, Lance Armstrong. I shelled out $1 for a rubber bracelet that I have somewhere in my house.
that he's come clean, I think Lance should be allowed to compete again, but only if he uses one of these. Yeah!
Everybody admits their secrets to Oprah. You know, Obama should make Oprah head of Homeland Security.
I asked my doctor yesterday, I said, what the hell is the difference between the cold and the flu? And he said, about $80.
An elderly man in Chicago accidentally crashed his car into an Apple store. Yeah, and not surprisingly, he didn't look any more confused than all the other elderly people inside the Apple store.
Look smarter, where you can find great deals on high-end glasses. Plus, what's the password? Take a drink back in time at this modern-day speakeasy. Next on the list.
Germs are everywhere, and so are the people that spread them. Here's a list of the likely suspects.
The list is online. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. The List. Get on it.
Shopping for glasses? Connor Knighton focuses on a company that offers designer quality frames for less. Connor, what's the deal?
I wear contacts, and while it is not exactly a blast sticking a finger into my eyeball every morning, buying contacts is pretty painless. I know the kind I wear, I get my yearly exam, and prices are pretty consistent wherever I go. I did save a little bit of money this year by going to Costco versus 1-800-CONTACTS or Walmart, and I buy half a year at a time. But when it comes to getting a good deal on glasses, things get a little fuzzier. High-end, stylish glasses sold at LensCrafters from brands like Prada can run well over $300 for just the frames. There are so many different brands. Project Runway has an eyewear brand. MMA fighting brand Tap Out sells glasses. If you want to go ultra cheap, you can use virtual try-on and get frames and lenses online from sites like iBuyDirect for $7. But you're obviously not getting a top quality product for that. Now, I do occasionally wear glasses, so when looking for my latest pair, I tried out Warby Parker, a company that's been getting a lot of positive press for its simple approach to high-end eyewear. Almost all of the glasses on warbyparker.com are $95, including lenses. You can get prescription eyeglasses or sunglasses, and they ship them free. To help you decide, they'll mail you 5 pairs at a time for you to try on at home, get to test out all the options.
You can spend quality time with each pair and pick the very best one.
And there's a charitable component as well.
Through our Buy a Pair, Give a Pair program, we have a really tangible and transparent way for our customers to actually get involved.
So for every pair that we sell, we distribute one to someone in need.
The process is simple, the glasses seem pretty high quality, and there aren't any confusing pricing schemes. I don't know if it's just because I look smarter now, but I feel like it's a smart purchase. Why don't you head online to our Facebook page and let me know which option you like the best, and let us all know if you've got any options for cheap, high-quality eyewear that you prefer.
Thinking about getting a head start on the weekend? Maybe relax with a martini, some Pinot, a wine cooler. Well, there was a day when that wasn't an option. 93 years ago today, Prohibition made all alcohol illegal, forcing drinkers underground. Jake Peterson shows us a Florida business that makes you feel like you're back in the era of the speakeasies.
Ciro Supper Club in Tampa is very discreet. There's no sign on the door, and you have to have a password just to get in.
Prohibition.
Once inside, you'll find 20s music, dim lighting, and private booths. Ciro's is designed to take you back in time, but it's not exactly like the Prohibition era.
Back in the 20s, speakeasies were pretty awful places. They were generally in a dingy basement, no lights, no windows, really hiding from the cops.
Beverage manager Bob Wagner says this modern-day speakeasy has a full dinner menu, but the drinks are a big draw.
We feature cocktails that are 100-plus-year-old recipes. Try not to mess with perfection.
Some of the most popular? Vodka drinkers might enjoy the Russian Spring Punch. This fresh drink is made with vodka, lemon juice, champagne, sweet liqueur, and finished off with berries. Or you can try an old-fashioned. The recipe dates back to 1804. Woo! If you want to turn your home into a speakeasy, then the staff here says fresh ingredients are key. Oranges are being picked now, then strawberries in the spring. Apple flavors are great in the fall, and limes and lemons are freshest in the summer.
The best news is finding your favorite drink is now legal during all seasons. For The List, I'm Jake Peterson.
The Viralist.
Delivering red-hot viral videos. First up, he's got the blues. Winston, this adorable 2-year-old rescue bulldog, is bad to the bone. Actually, he's deaf, but he's definitely got soul. Even though he can't hear the music, he feels the smooth vibrations. Next up, it's the best win or fail.
You're going to be shooting for $1,000. How you feel about this? Feel pretty good.
Kevin, a Hawks basketball fan, is going for the $1,000 half-court shot.
Think you're going to make it? I'll try. He's going to try. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kevin shooting for $1,000. Let me hear you scream!
Is he going to make it? Oh no, so close. The announcer then yanks on the net and the ball falls in. But is it a win or a fail?
Congratulations. You made $1,000 in SportsCenter.
Lastly, No Pants train stance.
Welcome everybody to the 12th annual No Pants Subway Ride.
In 60 cities around the world, thousands rode the train sans pantalones. Here's the New York City version. Young and old rode bottomless. Some even dressing up while dressing down. Let's not forget, they're doing this in New York in January. Freezing on the viral list.
All the cool kids are doing it. These are the most surfed websites by teens.
The Ice City, an Icy I Do, and even an Ice Record. You know, the kind that plays music. All making news and headlines around the world. The waiting is over. The world's largest ice city is open for 2013. It's China's Harbin Ice and Snow Festival, where more than 2,000 works of glowing ice art covering over 6.5 million square feet are on display. It takes hundreds of sculptors 2 weeks to transform the city, where temps often drop to -15.
My feet had gone numb even before I came here, but once I am here, I get very excited.
Some of the biggest attractions include zip lines, S-shaped slides, and this jaw-dropping 15-story ice castle. And all that ice couldn't give these 16 couples cold feet. They had a mass wedding in the sub-zero conditions.
I think the mass wedding is very meaningful. It makes me feel happier than a normal wedding.
After saying their I do's, the shivering couples tried to cut a frozen giant wedding cake. They're not kidding when they say frosting.
Although it is very cold out here, I feel very warm inside.
And finally, a Swedish band releases their new single, Blue Ice, on ice. The band sent out kits to fans with a silicone record mold. Add some distilled H2O, freeze, and it actually plays like a vinyl record.
Since we're not scientists, it's been kind of complicated to actually make the record out of ice.
The record only lasts for one play before it melts, which the band says ties in with the theme of the song. Ice Cube wishes he'd thought of this. And that's a cold, hard look at headlines around the world.
Earlier on the list, you saw some big-name Twitter quitters. So, Facebook or Twitter? Which do you like better? Get on the List Facebook page and speak your mind.
After you hit the gym, fuel your body with these post-workout snacks.
That's it for the list. Here's what we're working on for Thursday.
Don't let the cold weather slam the brakes on your workout. Mountain biking in the great indoors. Plus, the return of the Stingray. Get a peek inside the newest, slickest Corvette. Tomorrow on the list.